Hello, good afternoon. My name is Ace Santos and I will be presenting to you about Project QGIS products for UHI mapping and monitoring. First, I will be presenting the output maps or some of the output maps of the project. So these are the maps showing the land surface temperature of the Quezon City area in some of the months of the year 2019. So if i-observe natin yung mga blue areas, sila yung mga malalamig. And then going to yellow and then to red. Painit sila ng painit. So one use na for these maps is we can check which part of the city yung mga hotspot natin. Kung ano yung mga matataas yung temperature natin, ano yung mga, and ano din yung mga low, mga cold spot o yung mga lower temperature areas natin. If you have yung time series data, like this, for example, we have data for 3 months, we can compare yung changes sa temperature sa area, if lumamig ba siya, if ano nangyari dun sa temperature. However, if you look at yung northern part, for example, dito ng QC, is butas. And then dito rin sa third map, marami rin butas. So, ito yung problem sa paggamit ng mga satellite data natin. If hindi maganda yung cloud coverage minsan is maraming information na nawawala. So, this time, minas namin yung mga clouds and ito yung lumabas. So, next na maps is similar to sa previous slide, but this time, yung time interval natin is years. So we have from 2000 to 2010 and 2019. So similar lang din sa sinabi ko, we can compare these maps or yung temperature between these years, kung ano nangyari, kung luminit ba siya or lumamig ba siya or any other analysis na we can do to a time series data or maps. So next in our products is yung results or yung products from NVMet software. So these are the maps showing the potential air temperature in the area in Visayas Avenue particularly. So we have divided yung Visayas Avenue into a north and south area kasi due to machine limitation. So we have 3 time skips here. So 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. And similar to sa LST, we can use this to track or to observe yung mga hotspots sa area natin. And then, so this time naman kasi, within a day naman yung comparison or yung time series natin. So we can look kung ano nangyari between sa umaga, sa hapon, and sa tanghali pala, and then sa hapon. Kung ano yung naging dynamics ng air temperature natin. So, yung air temperature kasi as compared to LST, sila yung mas nafe-feel ng senses natin. Yung LST kasi is sa ground lang siya and it's not necessarily na pagka mataas yung LST is mataas din yung air temperature. May effect siya to some extent but it's not always a direct na pag mataas yung LST is mataas nga yung air temperature or vice versa. So I think this part was discussed extensively sa mga previous presentation. So pasadaan ko lang, so difference in scenario lang ito na sa Northern Visayas Avenue. So basically sinubtrack lang yung mga values ng mga air temperature natin sa area na yan. So para malaman kung ano nangyari between scenarios. Kung lumamig ba siya or uminit ba siya. So this time naman sa Visayas Avenue southern part. And this is the actual air temperature results from the NVMet for the Timog area. And these are for the differential scenario. So based na sa mga outputs na pinakita ko, we have 2 products. So yung land surface temperature and yung mga NVMet maps natin or mga potential air temperature natin. So, how did the project make these products? So, ano yung mga ginamit naming tools, ano yung mga ginamit naming workflows to create these outputs. So, i-discuss ko yan. Yan yung magiging focus ko on this presentation. First, let us take a look at land surface temperature. So the first step in computing or generating LST from satellite data is to have access or download the satellite data. So we can do this by going to websites like the Earth Explorer to download the data. So yung mga website na to, sila yung mga nag-host ng mga free and public available data. Kapag na-download nyo na, you can put it in a geospatial processing platform like the QGIS or ARC to process. Once na-process na siya, then you have the LST products. So first, we take a look at land surface temperature. The first step in generating or computing LST from satellite data is to download or have access to the satellite images. So we can do this by going to the websites like Earth Explorer. So yung mga website na to, sila yung nag-host ng mga free and publicly available remote sensing data like Landsat, Sentinel, or MODIS. So once you have the data, you can process it in a geospatial processing platform like the QGIS or ArcMap. So once you have processed it, meron ka ng LST product. So the project has two ways in generating the LST. So first is through the Google Earth engine. So as you can see in this image, this is the interface of the code editor ng Google Earth engine. So what is Google Earth engine or GE? So it is a geospatial processing platform na on the cloud. So meaning similar lang din with QGIS and ArcMap. However, we don't need to download or install yung software. So one advantage ng GE over the traditional platform like QGIS is it has a large amount of available remote sensing data sa archive niya. So ibig sabihin nito, hindi na natin kailangan mag-download ng mga malalaking satellite data just to process them. Si GE na mismo yung bahalang mag-access dito sa archives ni Google para readily ma-process na. Another advantage is yung Google yung GE is ina-access niya ginagamit niya yung computational power ni Google. So unlike yung mga local PCs natin, yung mga computers ni Google ay sobrang bibilis. So definitely, kapag nag-process tayo through GE, most likely mas mabilis yung magiging processing nito, especially pagka sobrang lalaki ng mga data na pinaprocess natin. However, kailangan yung user is knowledgeable or marunong mag-JavaScript or Python na programming language. So as you can see dito ulit sa image, this is a JavaScript code. So if you do not know how to do JavaScript or Python coding, medyo mahirapan kayo sa paggamit ni Google Earth Engine. However, may way para you don't need to code na when using yung ibang mga features ni Google Earth Engine. So an app or a website can be built based on the function and features of GE. So ibig sabihin nito, kunwari ikaw hindi ka marunong mag-code, but you know someone or you can hire someone na marunong, then you can ask or you can request him or her to make a website or app na naka-base sa functions at features ni Google Earth Engine. So sa project, gumawa din kami ng ganito. So I'll be showing you a demo video na ginawa namin on how to use the Google Earth Engine. Now this will be a short demo on how to use the Google Earth Engine app developed by the project. So if open natin yung mga browsers natin and if we go to this link, so it will direct us to this web page. The name of the app is GUHeat Engine, and basically, yung ginagawa niya is it automates yung pag-process ng land surface temperature from satellite images, particularly Landsat images. So to start processing, select natin which Landsat are we going to process. Then we can also select between day and night images. Then lalabas dapat yung mga satellite footprints ng Landsat over the Philippines. So per tile, iba-iba siya ng pattern row. So we need to know yung specific na pattern row sa area na interested tayo. So if you want this tile, for example, to just click over this area and then mag-update yung pattern row. Then we need to specify yung dates na interested tayo. Then we can click yung generate LST button pag okay na. It will process for a few seconds. So lalabas dapat yung mga images na pasok sa criteria na nilagay natin. So here we have 2. So for February 5 and for February 21. So if we want to download the data, for example, we have 2 ways. So we can use yung view extent. Basically, kung ano yung nakikita natin sa map, yun yung target niya for download. So pag click mo yung view extent, i-highlight niya in black yung buong map na nakikita natin sa screen natin. But if you want yung specific area lang, you can click on select map, select on map, then we can just create a rectangle over the area na gusto natin i-download. Then after that, click yung generate links button. And then lalabas yung mga links for the images na pasok doon sa criteria natin. So click lang yung mga links and then mag-download na siya automatically. So yung file na mag-download natin is in zip format and we can just extract it. Pag na-extract na, we can put it in processing platform like QGIS or ARC. So that's it for the demo. The second way the project is generating LST is through a QGIS plugin. So yung project nag-develop ng plugin na nagko-compute ng LST from a downloaded Landsat data. So we have an option for individual or batch processing. Along with this LST calculator, may mga other processes like NetCDF to TIFF converter na ginagamit din ng project sa mga processes nito. The plugin will be available sa website sa closing ng webinar. Hindi namin ito na-upload sa repository ng QGIS. So if you want to use it, you will have to access the website kapag ka na-launch na ito. So we have created also a demo video on how to use the QGIS plugin.
Okay, so here's a short demo on how to use the plugin. Kapag na-install nyo na yung plugin sa mga QGIS nyo, lalabas siya dito sa taas as GUHeat toolbox. Then if you click that, then these are the tools of the plugin. So we have automated some of the processes that the project has been doing. And for now, we are going to try yung land surface temperature na tool. So if you click that, it will open yung Landsat LST calculator natin. Then similar to the Google Earth Engine app, we have to select which Landsat or which satellite are we going to process. So for now, let's pick Landsat 8. Then we need to choose also whether to process individual data or batch data. So individual data. Then we need to set the directory of our input. So i-browse lang natin kung nasaan yung Landsat data natin. So for me, it's here. So just to see kung ano laman nun. So everything in here except yung output folder, itong mga naka-highlight na to, sila yung makikita nyo dapat sa mga Landsat folder natin. So these are the bands and this is the metadata. Okay, the next is we need to set also yung output path natin. So yung output folder kanina na ginawa ko, select ko yon, then yung name nung file natin. So LST. Then, if you click run, process siya. So, it usually takes 3 to 5 minutes. Depende sa PC natin kung mabilis yung mag-process. Then, yung pinakaiba with the batch process, pag sinelect natin yan, na-disable na yung output path. Then, we need to change yung input also kasi kanina specific data lang yon kasi individual siya. Pero ngayon, for example, gusto natin mag-batch. So, if, for example, I have 4 Landsat data here, yung kailangan ko i-select yung folder na laman ay ito. So, the folder 114053. So, okay na siya sa akin. Then, back to the output. So, since batch na nga siya, so, doon na sa each folder malalagay yung mga LST. So, kanya-kanyang LST na yon. Then, pag-click yung run, mag-process siya ulit. Then, of course, matagal yung batch process kasi marami na sila. And just to show you the finished product of the plugin, so ito siya, yung LST. So, naload ko na siya. Note lang that yung product has 6 bands. So, pakita ko. So, ito, 6 bands. So, band 1 to 6. Yung kailangan natin is yung land surface temperature, which is band 6. But the rest, if you need to, pwede nyo naman gamitin. Pero yun, LST kailangan natin ngayon. And I guess that's it for the demo.
Okay, so the next one is, if you remember, after LST is we have yung mga yung potential air temperature maps natin from the NVMet software. So NVMet software allows the user to do a simulation ng mga microclimate condition sa isang area. So yung products or yung results ng NVMet includes yung early condition ng mga study area. So yung mga early condition nito, examples are potential air temperature, wind speed, wind direction, humidity, etc. and other environmental condition. So yung two main na hinihingi ni NVMet kapag magpa-process ka nito is one is yung model area. So the model area is yung representation ng city mo, no, urban layout mo, no, urban structure, no, study area mo. So on the right, you can see is the sample area or sample model area na as viewed in NVMet. So the second requirement is initial meteorological factors. So this include mga initial air temperature, initial wind speed, so and in other factors. So pinaka-vital, or I think one pinaka-vital sa pag-process ng model area is yung paggawa ng pag-process ng simulation is paggawa ng model area. So there are two ways to do this. So first is to manually create yung mga buildings natin, manually natin i-drawing, manually natin i-trace yung mga roads natin, yung mga surfaces. Yung mga trees, manually din ilalagay, yung mga vegetation. So, pwede itong gawin sa isa sa mga sub-application ni NVMet. However, time-consuming to kasi isa-isa mo silang, lalo na kung malaki yung study area mo, so aabutin ka ng ilang oras sa paggawa lang ng area. And then also, you have to put the materials din. So, it's really takes time. So the other way is to use a vector file or shape file kasi si NVMet is nakakapag-read na shape file. So if you have a shape file na defining yung urban layout ng study area mo, like for example dito sa image natin sa right, so this is a sample model area ng isa sa mga study area ng project. So if you have this, mas mapapadali yung pag-generate itong mga ng model area natin. And here is the simple workflow on how on how we process yung simulation namin sa NDMET. So first, like yung binanggit ko before, we need the model area and yung initial meteorological factors natin. So once you have that, ipapasok mo siya sa NDMET software, and then the NDMET software will do the simulation. So the simulation, usually it takes days or weeks. Depende kung gaano kalaki yung data mo and gaano kahaba yung sinasimulate mo. So for example, yung usual time na pag-process ng project sa mga areas namin or sa mga priority na sub-areas namin is 24 hours yung simulation. So, ibig sabihin nun is nagsasimulate tayo ng data for a 24-hour period. And then, yung time na matatapos yung processing na yon, usually 1 week inaabot ng project sa mga pieces namin. So pag natapos na yung simulation, then you can have yung mga results natin. Yung mga results bali pala ng NDMET, including yung mga it includes yung mga potential air temperature, meron din silang land surface temperature, wind speed, in other results, no. Yung mga results na to is output in a early format. So yeah, ibig sabihin is if for example, if you run a simulation from 6 a.m. to until let's say 5 p.m. So yung output niya is per hour from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. So meron kang output for 7 p.m. For 7 a.m., 8 a.m. until umabot ka ng 5 p.m. So final notes. So yung mga outputs ng projects, this will be available through the planned website sa closing webinar, which is on August 14. So yung mga outputs includes yung mga maps sa mga LST, NDMET layers, and published articles na nagawa ng project. So also a step-by-step manual ng mga na-process na mention, mga na-mention na process sa presentation na to ay will be included sa ebook na makukuha nyo rin sa website. So sa final note lang din, so most of the processes of products here can be processed by almost everyone, no? If you want to know more, especially on Google Earth Engine and NDMET, you can search on the web kung ano yung mga documentation nila. So ito yung mga website ng NDMET at ng GE. So I think the limitation lang on the part of GE is that you need to pay. Kasi although meron siyang free version, pero hindi ganoon kalaki yung area na mapaprocess mo sa free version. So unlike dun sa paid, wala kang limit sa area as long na kaya ng computer mo i-process yung ganong kalaking study area. So that's it for my presentation. Thank you.